Well, good morning, everyone, and thanks for listening to the Bakersfield Business Partners podcast. My name is Duncan Harris. I'm the owner of Insurance Savings Group and the past president of Bakersfield Business Partners. We're a networking group, and we meet weekly here in Bakersfield, California. And we've got the best group in town. We started this podcast to highlight our membership. So we've got Ed Anchondo today here with us. Ed works with Oasis Air. Ed, good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good. So our networking group is a group of about 25, 30 professionals, and we meet every week, and we give each other referrals. But we also help grow each other's businesses through education and relationship. So we're going to spend about 10 to 20 minutes talking to Ed and just see what's going on with him and his business and in his industry. So thanks for joining me today. So you've been with Oasis Air for how long?
I've been with Oasis over 30 years.
Yeah, you started, because I think you had a little gap there, but when did you start with them?
I started in, I think it was 86 or so.
Oh my God, that's the year after I was born.
Okay. You're making me sound old
No,
now.
I was in diapers and you were up on roofs.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
definitely. I was very fortunate that my counselor at BC knew our owner, Ben Dominguez.
Yeah.
And he got me a summer job there. And it just snowballed from there. I started as a shop person there, and now I'm general manager on that. So I've done a whole lot there at Oasis.
Well, I think that's great. I love to see like the longevity. And I think Oasis has a lot of really long-term employees. Is that true?
Yes, definitely on that. We were just talking the other day. We had a meeting, and just in between our office manager, our owner, our vice president, and myself, we're over 200 years of experience. That's how long people's been there.
That's incredible.
The least amount in our office staff, totally in our office staff, just the girls and everybody in the office, the least is over 10 years. That's our newest employee.
That says to me like Oasis is a good company.
Yes. We pride ourselves on longevity with our employees. It's costly as a business, but when you find somebody good, you have to figure out a way to keep them.
Sure.
On that, so we could give our customer the experience they deserve.
Well, perfect. I love that philosophy. So let's talk about how you serve your customers. I mean, kind of give me a range of your services there.
We're a full air conditioning and heating company. Duct work, duct cleaning, duct replacement, air conditioning repairs, servicing. We have over 1,200 people under contract for us to give maintenance on their air conditioners twice a year, once in the spring and once in the fall. On that, we have 6 technicians right now, full-time technicians. On our remodel department, which when I speak remodel, it's about replacing units, about replacing duct work, fixing duct work if something's leaking or something like that, or cleaning it. We run 4 2-man crews.
Oh, wow. So pretty big operation. You guys have been around a long time. So, when I think as a consumer, when I think of Oasis, I think of air conditioning. You're going to come out and fix my AC unit when it's broke, or if I need a new one, you'll come and replace it and sell me a new one. But you've kind of talked a lot about duct work. I mean, that was the first thing you said. We've got duct work and ductwork crews. So maybe touch on that, why it's important, why you kind of focus on it so much.
What makes us different from other companies is that we focus on duct work, because that's pretty much your air conditioner is your heart. But your ductwork is your vein, is where your blood is running through. And if it's not properly sized for each room, for the house, you could have the best unit on the roof, the biggest unit on the roof, but if it's not working properly and stuff to distribute the air, you're just going to be complaining about it.
Sure, you just wasted your money.
Yes, we have customers that, they've always had rooms that were hot. And stuff. I've never fixed it. It's like, let us do the duct work. They let us, and they go, we fought that for 20 years, and you came in a few days and repaired everything, and now the comfort level's so much better.
So what's going on up there in the attic? Is it people trying to cut corners on their duct work, way back when the unit was installed, or does it kind of break down over time, get damaged?
As everything, technology has changed on that. We're sizing properly now. We run what we call a manual J and that's a software that we look at windows, we look at your insulation in the attic, how your house is facing the sun and stuff. So that takes all that in consideration, and it gives us the proper size of the unit, and then we build off of that.
I love that. So actually very technical, very, you guys are doing a really detailed analysis. You're not just going in there and throwing up some ductwork.
Yeah, we're not swapping the box, as they say, and stuff. We take pride in what we do. We give 10 years labor warranty also.
Wow.
The standard in the industry is 1 year, but we do a 10-year because if you do what we say, we're going to stand right behind it.
Oh, that's great. So, what's going on with AC units? So we live here in California. It's 2023 as we're talking here today. It seems like there's always some kind of new state regulation that's trying to maybe incentivize this or replace that. Tell me what's going on.
I call it the electrification of California. I've used that at BNI quite a bit. And that's just, we're mandated now they're trying to get rid of natural gas and go to what we call heat pumps, an all electric cooling and heating system. So on that part of it, it is good. The efficiencies are a lot higher.
With the heat pump?
With the heat pumps.
Okay.
Yes, we could get up to 20 SEER, and I tell people, think of SEER as gas mileage. The higher the number, the less electricity it uses. Right now, on a regular, what we call gas electric unit, 14 SEER is the highest we could go right now.
So my home was built, I think, in 1990 or something. I mean, what? I think I have 2 units. What SEER do you think those things have?
You're probably at the most having a 10 SEER. so you could go from 10 miles to a gallon to 20 miles to a gallon.
Okay, so let me ask it this way. So let's say my unit's 10 SEER and I replace it with a 20 SEER unit. Is it going to use roughly half the electricity?
Actually, the industry tells us that for every SEER rating you go up, you save 7% in electricity costs. So if you're going up 10 SEER, in theory, it should be 70% more efficient than your unit you have now.
I mean, that's incredible.
But with that said, also, if your ductwork is not properly sized done, it doesn't matter how efficient of a unit you do. If it's not moving the airflow that needs to be moved and moving it properly, it's not working.
So let me ask this. Okay, we decide, yeah, we're gonna need new units, and you guys come out, you look at my ductwork, and yeah, I'm gonna need new ductwork too. How long are we going to be out of commission with no AC? I mean, what does that look like maybe on a typical project?
When we do a total reduct, what we call a reduct on that, you're probably looking at about 4 days.
Okay.
And we
best not to do that in July.
We've done them in July because it has to be done.
Sure, sometimes they go down.
Yeah, it goes down, and they want to do the whole thing on that. One thing that makes us a little different when we do a reduct, we put volume dampers, and that's dampers so we could control the air and manipulate it to where we need it. So if one room needs more than another, we're able to shut one room down a little bit to get the other room some more.
Okay. Okay. So we're changing every unit out in California with heat pumps. So are there incentives to buy these new units? Is the state giving funding for these?
Actually, there's a federal tax credit right now of $2,000.
It's a federal tax credit.
Yeah, it's a federal tax credit on that part. Also, I just heard the San Joaquin Valley Air District is giving $5,000, but they want you to totally decommission your fireplace.
Dang.
Yes, they want you to get rid of your fireplace on that part, and they'll give you $5,000.
Now, can I just plug it up and promise not to use it again, or you got to take the whole thing out? Or
I actually went to their office and asked them, and they said it has to be demolished.
That seems a little harsh. Seems a little strict. I don't know.
Very strict. I figured the $5,000 is going to pay to demolish it.
Yeah. So, how are people if let's say they don't want to demolish their fireplace? Do you guys have financing programs, or how do you help people afford these new units?
Oh, definitely. Financing is probably one of our biggest components we have, because you got a $10,000 to $20,000 bill coming your way on that, and not not everybody could just write a check for that.
Yeah.
So we partner up with Synchrony Financing, Service Financial,
Yeah.
on that. They have different programs for us. We have up to 18 months, no interest if paid in full on the 18th month. So there's different programs, and the best thing is to talk to us, and our estimators could go out there, give you an evaluation, and give you a cost and financing. And you can see it was no obligation on anything and no cost to you to give you an estimate.
Are you guys only working with residential homeowners? Do you work with commercial business owners as well?
We do a little bit of commercial, what we call light commercial, strip malls and stuff like that. But our expertise is really in the residential
It's the
market.
residential side.
Yes.
Any new home construction or anything?
We do a few custom builders on that. But it's difficult because we want to do stuff right. And sometimes, cost comes into building new homes.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess what you're saying is when these builders are doing like track homes, maybe you feel like, hey, we're trying to give you a good bid and do things the right way, and it's too high for them. They're trying to really get like the lowest cost
Yes.
units and work done.
And when it has Oasis name on it, we stand behind it. So that's pretty difficult there because you want to do everything the right way.
Well, they will be your future customers when their ductwork isn't working properly, and they figure that out when that's room in the summer is always hot.
Oh yeah, there's one, and it's weird because you hear the stories all the time. I've had other companies, they couldn't do anything with it, and you guys come in and do your magic, and it's done on that.
Okay, so let me ask you this: like, what are some clues or some indicators that maybe that people wouldn't think of that are, hey, your AC or your ductwork is not functioning properly? I mean, I'm thinking, man, if I just bought a brand new house, the last thing I would think of is there's something wrong with my ductwork or my AC unit. So maybe talk about some of those the reasons why people call you.
Sometimes it's about ductwork being undersized. Where you're not able.
So this
to
is a
move the air.
contractor trying to get the lowest bid possible.
Yes.
Right, to build 100 houses, but he's undersized the ductwork, is what you're saying.
Yeah, they could have undersized the ductwork. They could have not put what we call elbows in by the cans, where it lets the air flow real easy. They'll just connect the duct straight to the can, and it's like your water hose. It kinks. It kinks, so you're not getting the full amount of air through it. So there's ways to cut your cost. I could say that they could put low efficiency grills, supply grills and stuff, rather than putting the high efficiency, which will let more air out easier on that part. So there's, like I said, there's things to cut corners, and we don't like doing that.
People are always trying to cut corners, huh? Yeah. So is it just the hot room? I mean, if people are having issues, they should just call you guys up and you guys come out. How long does that analysis take for someone to kind of determine what's going on?
We try to give our comfort advisors 2 hours in a house.
Okay.
So that's
not bad.
Yeah,
that's quick.
It's not bad. And usually within an hour, you're there. Our guys carry computers, they carry printers in their truck. So we try to give you a proposal right there on the spot.
Nice.
We don't unless we have to look something up that it's unusual on that, they should be able to print you out a proposal or even email it to you right there and talk to you about it. Oh,
that's perfect. Yeah, we live in that culture where we just want things immediately.
And you know what? It should be, because I was out in the field. I've done sales. And if I go talk to 4 or 5 customers, I need to do them while I'm talking to them, because if I try to do them in the evening, I'll get them confused.
Yeah.
It's like, what did I tell this one? Or what did I tell, what did we talk about here on that? So I found it to be very, to our advantage to be able to do it right there on the spot.
Have you ever put the wrong AC unit on someone's house?
Oh, yes, I did.
Did you really?
Actually, this was a business, a flower shop right there on Brundage and Oak Street. There's a flower shop, and I read the model number wrong, and I put a 3-ton unit when it needed a 5-ton. But what did we do? We took that off and put the correct one up there.
You fixed it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's taking care of the customer. on that. And that goes back to our owner, our leader
Yeah.
there,
Yeah.
because it's like we're going to take care of the customer no matter what. It costs a lot of money for the company, but our reputation is very important to us.
Well, yeah, and it's obviously proven itself to be a successful model. I mean, how long has Ben been running Oasis?
He's getting close to 50
Yeah,
years.
it's been a while.
Yeah, 40 something, 50 years. Yes, on that. He has like I've been there since pretty much when he took over, because when he hired me, he was the service manager of the previous owner
Oh,
on that.
wow.
So I've been there from when it was Ben Terry, our office manager, who is still there,
Still there, yeah.
myself and one other service tech.
Oh my goodness.
We were in a little office on Butte Street. I still remember all that. Those are the nice times when you're small and it's
Yeah.
it's a lot. We're a lot bigger now. We're 30 something employees.
Yeah, wow.
We're still pretty close, like a family, but it's a lot harder on that.
Well, I think that's great. I love that. I hopefully people hear this and they're like, man, this is a good company. They treat their customers well. They treat their employees well. The owner's got 50 years experience. I mean, that's fantastic. I mean, what else should we know about Oasis or what's going on in your industry?
I tell my customers, I go, I have to be fair with you, but I have to be fair with the company because we need to stay in business.
Sure.
And that's why we give the 10-year warranty. And you want to be able to call somebody. We answer our phones 7 days a week from 8 o'clock in the morning to 8 o'clock at night. We have the office goes on call also. So we have a dispatcher. We have service techs on call. We have salespeople on call on that part. So it's just a full service, and we try to take care of the clientele.
I love that. I love that. What's the best part about your job, do you think? Oh, I stumped you.
I just love my job. I really do. I don't shy away from problems and stuff. I like solving stuff, and coming up to a customer that's angry at us and just asking them, what do we need to do to make this right?
Yeah.
And usually, well, if you did this and that's all you need. Okay, it's done. It's been as little as if you give me a Wi-Fi thermostat. That I wanted a Wi-Fi, but they didn't put one in. Okay, we'll put that in for you. It's I keep saying our customer experience. It's not customer service. It's experience from when they call the office at the beginning to when we finish their job. That every part of it, it can't always go smoothly, but we're going to take care of them.
Well, I think that's super important. I mean, I feel like any phone number we call now to a corporation, it goes overseas.
Definitely.
You never talk to the same person twice. You call back and you kind of have to retell your story all over again. You have to start from scratch because they forgot what you told them last time. Or you call back and they give you a different answer. And the experience that you get is extremely frustrating. When you're doing business with these really large corporations, and I feel like people are, at least I'm hesitant to go for the next sales thing just because oh man, they're going to get me. I'll never be able to talk to anyone ever again if I have a problem, and it just makes me not want to buy anything.
What's nice is with our computer program we have, everybody puts notes in, and that person that puts a note in is noted who put that note in and why, what was written on that part. We're locally owned. He went to Guadalupe. He went to Garces, our owner, graduated. He was in the Air Force. He worked on missile silos. That's where he started his air conditioning on missile silos in Arizona and stuff, taking care of the air conditioning on that. Moved back to Bakersfield and got hired at Oasis and eventually bought it out.
Yeah, that's great. Well, what else? What did I miss before we kind of switch gears and kind of talk about your membership and BNI? Anything else that you want to let us know?
No, I just, other than I hope you guys put your trust in us and we won't let you down.
What's the best way to get a hold of Oasis there?
Oasis there, our phone number is 322-2665 or 322-COOL.
I love it. Perfect.
Or our email is info@322cool.com.
And you said the phone number was answered, what, 7 days a week?
7 days a week.
That's great. That's
Yes.
perfect. All right. Well, cool. So listen, I mean, you're part of a great company, and Oasis has actually been in BNI a very long time. I know Ben's been in BNI chapters for a long time, but maybe you could just talk about how BNI has helped you personally. Has it helped your sales? Has it helped you, grow professionally?
It's the relationships. It might not seem, but I'm a very shy person. It takes me a while to warm up to people on that, and people don't believe it. They say you pick up where you start talking and you just start moving forward. BNI, we do our 60-second commercials or our 10-minute presentations, that has helped me tremendously with clientele on that. The relationships I made, even with you, Duncan. Look at, we talked the other day about insurance about next year.
Yeah.
On that part, we changed our bookkeeper to somebody in our BNI on that. So the relationship. I mean, people. I've called Richard Gutierrez from and asked him questions when I got promoted to general manager. Well, I got thrown into the frying pan. So the knowledge that's there at BNI for me to tap into, talk to Marvin, talk to Cecile, hey, I have a question about this. How would you handle something like this? It's just great. Business-wise, it's been good for us on that part. We're not there so much to get the business there, is to get our name out.
Sure.
We're in four chapters right now, 4 BNI chapters.
Right. Different individuals in each chapter.
Yeah, different individuals each chapter. And it's about keeping our name out there, the Oasis brand. That's what we want out there.
I love it. Well, look, our the name of our group's Bakersfield Business Partners. We meet Tuesday mornings at 7:30. And we're a BNI networking group. That means we follow their meeting structure. So every week, Ed and I get a chance to give a 60-second commercial about our business. And we kind of talk about what we do here, or what we did talk about today is, hey, what makes us different? What's unique about our company? Why we're better? What's new in our industry? And every week when Ed stands up and talks, he's educating 25 other business owners on why Oasis is the best. And then when those people are out talking to their friends and clients, they can send referrals over to Ed. That's kind of the referral part of it. But really, there are so many other benefits, which is what you just touched on. The relationships, the education. I agree completely. So when I'm working with different businesses, I feel much more informed, connected, because of the relationships I have in BNI.
Oh, yeah. We've learned a lot, and you think you know somebody until we do what we call one-to-ones on that meetings, and it's like, you start learning about their families, what interests they have and stuff like that. So it makes it pretty nice. Marvin's always trying, is always organizing stuff.
Yeah.
He's organizing a fishing trip right now.
Yeah.
And you guys have your Catalina trip in September. So there's stuff going on all the time, and we're always meeting on that, and that's what makes it good. I think the personal relationships there on that, because you want to be able to call somebody and trust what they're telling you. If you're not in a networking group and you're calling pretty much a stranger, it's like, do I trust what they say or not? When I call anybody in our BNI networking group, everything they talk to me about, I take it for granted that it's the truth on that.
Well, perfect. Well, look, thanks for joining us today. We're so glad that you're in the group. You're an awesome member, and hopefully a future president of the group. I'm putting that out there right now. You're definitely leadership material. So, and you're not shy. We don't buy that for 1 second.
Well, I want to say thank you for having me, Duncan. And I knew subbing on Tuesday for Darren, our president. I was like, you guys have something else.
That was a tryout.
That was a tryout there. But no, honestly, if they needed me to step up, I wouldn't have a problem doing that.
Well, there you go. You heard it. It's on camera. It's recorded. Ed, thank you so much. Have a happy Friday, and until next time, we'll see you later.
Thank you, Duncan.